Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, welcome back to Thailand. Sorry, Cap, come to Bali Mai. How are you doing? My name is True Blue Thai. If you don't know me by now, for instance, I'm Mancunian, born in opposite the ETIHAD. I've been supporting Man City ever since in the 1970s. And once ago, but I lived overseas many years, and now I live in Thailand. I've been here for 3 years. What's it called? I love talking about my football club and watching my football club, both men and ladies, and EDS. And so, for instance, I Manchester City, and why not? It gives me a big smile on my face, and it's probably about the only thing I miss from the United Kingdom. What's it called? Yeah. And as you were having the snow over there, it's like, no, it doesn't give me any real reason why I would want to go back anytime soon, apart from just the Manchester City Football Club, which I miss all the time. Anyway, so for instance, that's just about me. So it's about 2 in this afternoon now. For instance, time flies so much. Yeah, it's about 30 plus degrees here. What's it called? We had a bit of a bit windy, as you can see by the lamps. And yeah, for instance, after doing a video of the ladies, for instance, who did a fantastic job. For instance, getting qualifying for the Champions League Group D, for instance, by playing a very hostile atmosphere. For instance, we're now on to the men's. For instance, to redeem ourselves and to get back onto winning ways, or get back to winning ways. For instance, which is very unusual. So anyway, we've come back after this. Oh God, annoying international break. For instance, and with the announcement yesterday, for instance, or a couple of days ago, but was just confirmed and seeing the interview this morning from Pep Guardiola. For instance, he's now staying, and it wasn't a 1+1. It's 2 year, for instance. So we don't have to worry about it for 2 years. Maybe he'll go between. Before that, who knows, etc. But at least it gives. It's not just a 1 year rolling, etc. It's a 2 year contract extension, and it is brilliant news. Brilliant news, because at the moment, etc. Being a Manchester City fan, as I feel, and you probably feel the same way. I was talking to a friend. He is also a City fan who lives over here, and it's the same. It's the moment, etc. There's so many problems at City at the moment, etc. For instance, either on or off the pitch. And for instance, and it appears that, for instance, it's a never-ending. That's the reason why I'm doing these things every single day. There was a time when you would actually think not hear anything about football, that was blah blah blah. But now it seems to be a daily thing. For instance, of football talk of for instance, of what's going on at Manchester City. And every time I turn on the radio, etc., or listen to the TV, they're always talking about Man City or Sky News. For instance, it was either 115, someone off the pitch, 115 APT, for instance. So for instance, or on the pitch, etc. For instance, the you know players injured, etc. For instance, and our performance on the pitch. So the men, for instance, because the ladies are doing brilliant. For instance, knowing that Pep signed another 2 years, now we don't have to listen to the nonsense. We don't have to worry about it, because there was a certain degree of fear factor, for instance, of who we're going to get if Pep does decide to go, and the mere fact that he hasn't, for instance, signed now, because there was the shouts of the company, for instance, there was shouts of basically after just another managers, for instance, yeah. And I'm not going to go directly into it. I know a lot of the guys covered it, for instance, and Nagelsmann, and for instance, who you want, who you don't want, blah blah blah. And it's like Rich Pickings. There was a time ago when there was Rich Alonso, another one, Rich Pickings, as you go on, and the moment, etc. For instance, there's not much of a there's not much of a like a it's, it's like looking in the bowl of fruit, looking for a nice apple, etc. For instance, only find out that, for instance, they'll look a little bit, a few days old, as you were, for instance, and there's nobody outstanding candidates. Even though United feel that, for instance, they got the manager of Man City wanted, No, we wanted the sporting director. So what's it called? Did anybody know this guy who's a young? He's even some of the players are older than him. He looks like an up and coming manager, for instance, and he's playing a good football style, etc. For instance, yeah, for instance, and the United fans feel that they've got Man City's manager because we wanted him. No, because we've got Pep Guardiola, for instance, and yeah, and however good this guy is, etc., or appears to be, for instance, I think he's not going to be easy, for instance, in the Premier League, as well as what's good, he's not going to have the type of players that was working with Sporting Lisbon, for instance, at United. There's going to be financial constraints by the sounds of it, and also there's going to be, for instance, he's not going to have his sporting director because he's coming to City. Excuse me. This is what happens when I get in the cool season. It's that cool season now, and it gets colder in the evening, etc. So it gets below 20, about 25 degrees, and to me that's quite cold. So, and every so often I wake up in the morning, I take one of these. So often it's just a sniffle more than anything else, and a sneeze. But other than that, because it's yeah. Anyway, so that's about that. So yeah, it must be 21 degrees, 25 degrees. Yeah, to me, it's 25 degrees, 21 degrees. It's cold. So yeah. Anyway, so we're playing. Got Spurs back. So I'll get back on City. We've got Spurs on Saturday, for instance. Spurs, who are have a few injuries and suspensions themselves. In Bentancur, for instance, he's got his suspension. For instance, his 7 game for being an idiot. And for instance, regarding even though Song was backed his mate up. For instance, what he did was stupid, and for instance, and quite honestly, he deserves to be banned, etc. I know the Spurs are appealing. They've also got a few other injuries out from the two player. I saw Song play. What's it called? He wasn't training with the first team. I think he's got a bit of a knock, etc. Whether he'll start tomorrow, I don't know. For instance, it's going to be one of those things. The game's at the Etihad, which is going to be good. For instance, but I think so. Spurs got their own issues as far as players in and out. Not as bad as City have been, but I hope a lot of our players are returning now. For instance, yeah. For instance, I can see John Stones. For instance, I hope Diaz. I saw Diaz training, but we don't not so sure when the picture was taken when he was seen back in training, and because he didn't have a look like he had a blue shirt on, etc. For instance, or any kind of City top, but he looked quite vigorous in training, and I hope he's back. For instance, back in line because we need him big time. I need him to be our captain more than anything else, but that's another story. For instance, and hopefully Akanji will be back. For instance, and because we need that strong defence. I'm not sure about Aki, for instance, but maybe because there were a lot of players coming back. I think the only players who were not coming back was Bob and Rodri. But we'll see, for instance, what the starting line is. I'm hoping they're going to get, for instance, KDB is going to start. Tomorrow, for instance, because he's had enough time languishing on the bench or sat in there, whatever. I think we need him now. We need the players now. Him, Phil, and Gundo, Bernardo, for instance, to step up now. Really, as this Pep Guardiola staying for 2 more years now. For instance, this is, hopefully it's given him a boost. And but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, with Spurs having a few players out as well, which is good, which is going to be good. They're coming on a beaten run. They're really similar to ours basically. We haven't actually lost 4 in a row, but they've actually lost. They've one lost. I know they remember they beat West Ham after when, then for instance, but they've lost against Ipswich. And so they're a weird team. The real Spurs are really, definitely Spursy. For instance, City got a decent record at the Etihad over them. For instance, but I feel, for instance, we'll have enough for them for tomorrow. But you never know. It's going to be a tough game against Spurs. For instance, but I feel, for instance, if we start off hard and strong, that for instance, and rather than just tippy tappy the football, because they're going to sit back and they're going to be raking. And I think that's how they're going to be doing it. By by because they're a very fast attacking football, but they will sit back, etc. For instance, and I will allow City to come onto them. And City, I just want City either with Savinho or Doku, whoever, or Silva, and just to get those balls into Erling. Erling has onto 2 hat-tricks in Norway because he gets the ball. I know he's going to have his Premier League defenders are not the same as other defenders. I know he's probably going to have 2 or 3 defenders, but just get the ball into that box so we can have a chance, or even not shoot. Shoot, you know, Savino's getting attacked from his by City fans because of his shooting abilities and not scoring. But at least he's having a go. I just want us to shoot. Saw Bunny Shaw yesterday, for instance, and her shooting, etc. She, you know, and to Man City's first goal against Hammersby, for instance, and basically she just had a shot, etc. It got deflected and back of the net. And so I want to see Man City rather than just pass and holding on to the ball, be decisive with the ball, and that's probably the reason why we're missing KDB because he's basically, you know, he's creative. He's a creative player, for instance, that. And he failed, for instance, doing the same things as well. So we need that creativeness. We need and also to be able to have a shot. Phil Foden to have a shot, you know, have a go. If it goes far wide, it goes far wide, etc. But you never know where the ball will land, especially in a crowded penalty area. For instance, but I'd rather see that than just tippy tappy, than they catch us on the break. That I can't stand. Anyway, so for instance, moving on. For instance, Erling was goal with his 2 double hat-tricks in Norway, playing a blinder. It was good in that t-shirt. I must say that Norwegian t-shirt was really, really good. Really liked it. Yeah. So, for instance, and I believe he got substituted by a young Rosler lad, for instance, who came on. City fan as well. Uwe Rosler's son, etc. For instance, that looked quite good yesterday. For instance, he came on yesterday. I was reading about it. That looked interesting. 21. Yeah. Anyway, but no, I'm looking forward to the game. For instance, talking about Rodri. Rodri will be making an appearance. That should obviously warm fans up from the Manchester weather. And for instance, British weather, should I say? It's not just in Manchester; it's raining, snowy. But for instance, I hope that will warm. And seeing Rodri with his Ballon d'Or, for instance, first ever City player to win a Ballon d'Or. I know George Weah done it, but he wasn't a City player, but he was a Ballon d'Or winner when he came to City. Great, and it was great to see George Weah to give Rodri the Ballon d'Or. So that was brilliant. So yeah, so really, really looking forward to seeing that. The fans should be perked up because of the Also, after international football, for instance, it's always nice to get back to the Premier League. For instance. We'll see what happens with the APT today, for instance. And we'll see if we win that. Don't really see if we win that, but again, we're on a winning with that anyway. Because quite honestly, for instance, even if we don't win the vote today, if the findings from the panel say the thing was unlawful, well, regardless if they passed it, it's unlawful. So it's unlawful. So we can't. So regardless if the Red Cartel and Master Dick decide to to go ahead with the stupid vote today, then, for instance, it's a pointless waste of time anyway, because it's going to be the panel might say, oh no, the whole thing's unlawful, so they've got to go back to the drawing board. And Man City, who are playing a blinder at the moment, etc., they say just wait. Go, let's see what happens, what the panel says. But the Red Cartel and Master Dick, etc., for instance, he's basically, for instance, thinking he's, don't tell us, blah blah blah. And it's like a dictator. He comes across as Putin. He comes across as the North Korean leader, for instance. That kind of thing. You can't tell him anything, Master Dick. For instance, I call him Master Dick because that's what he feels. Because that's my impression of him. But I'm just. I just hope, for instance, what's it called? He's going to get his comeuppance, especially with the rumours about 115. But we don't. Again, they're just rumours, so I think that's going well. I don't think Pep's reason for staying also was because of 115. I think he was always going to stay. I always felt confident. I was 99.99999% certain he was going to stay. So yeah, good. But other than that, for instance, really, really happy. I believe the news came over because I'm just going to go for a quick news I've seen about Verts, Man City leading the way. So I do believe City will have a big transfer window in the summer. So I've got confidence with that, especially with new sporting director, who's got Tiki was to be still in charge. We'll be doing it together by the sounds of it. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it's good that Tiki's come out and said he've had bad um, transfer windows and he's decided to put it right before he leaves. So yeah, so of all this gloom and doom stuff you see on the media, there's another reason why I want to do this and talk. It's because there's so much crap and gloom and doom and one way, one way from the southern-based media, British media especially. For instance, it's always you need a bit of contracture. You need somebody to combat defending the other way. And it's nice to see when I see LB, the Extreme Company, I see Johnny, for instance, for instance, Typical City, etc. For instance, and Martin, bigging up City, for instance, and putting City's a point across, and I just watch that. I don't know. I don't even watch the overlap, but you just can't watch that crap. And the MCF, the lads were MCFC lads were on there this week, etc., trying to defend Man City, but you never gonna you're never gonna get your point across with those idiots. They're just too biased against. There's too much of a hatred against City, and it's only hatred comes across because their teams are crap. Simple as that. And Liverpool may be doing very well this season so far, and yeah, so good luck to them. I think because again, I was probably down to the fact that, for instance, Klopp got in the ear too much of Liverpool players, and someone shouting at you every single day. You just want, and then suddenly another guy comes along and says, "Just play your game." For instance, and I think, for instance, that's what this guy's come in is that a calming influence rather than cops. What's it called, crazy attitude. So as much as the media, for instance, Klopp, for instance, up too much. I think, for instance, that is a bad effect on the Liverpool players. That's probably the reason why I think they're quite happy to see him go. That's probably the reason why they didn't want to, didn't, go, well, let's do it for Klopp last season, for instance, and they end up where they ended up. Anyway, so going into the game today, tomorrow. Me personally, for instance, they started weather. Spurs started with Vicaro in net. They had uh, Poro, Drogovic, Eddie, and Ozongi. For instance, again, I do apologise if I'm getting people's names wrong. Then they'll have Kuzeski, Bissouma, and Sa, with Johnny, Solanke, Song up front. I will miss somebody, probably. For instance, nobody really stands out. Solanke's a half decent player. Song was going on his day. This Kuzeski, for instance, is. And again, for instance, but the Spurs players, etc. You just don't know. I know they're missing that SOB, the Charleston. I don't think he's not there. You guy's overrated. He really is. Bad tempered, overrated. Slagging off for instance, Rodri, for instance, and when Rodri got the Ballon d'Or, complete idiot, really loser, big loser, and yeah. So, but we'll see how they go. For instance, with us, let's have a look at. I will have Eddie in the nets in what's it called, and then we'll have hopefully with Guardiola on the left. Walker will more likely play. For instance, give the guy a break. He's had a bit. He's coming. We'll see how he plays. I think we'll give Rico a rest because he was tired going into England because he's played near enough every game. He's played, I think, 2 games with England, maybe 1, 2 games. I didn't see the England games too much. So, for instance, and so it probably deserves a rest. So, and then hopefully we'll have a Kanji and Diaz in the centre, for instance. Yeah, with a Guardiola on the left hand side. In the middle, Kovacic, I think, deserves to keep his place. So I'm playing against Portugal. Played great. And Guardiola getting his goal, absolutely superb. For instance, but Kovacic, I'm more likely to play Gundo, for instance, with the left hand side. I expect them to play with Savinho, and for instance, we'll have Ooh, God, it's a difficult one to think about. Hopefully Foden, maybe hopefully De Bruyne, Foden, and Silva. For instance, with Erling up front, with a big man up front, but we'll see. We've got option. Hopefully, we'll have options at the base. Hopefully, Grealish will be on the bench. I wouldn't be too disappointed. I don't know. Must go back rather have Savinho than that. But we'll see how once he actually Grealish gets some minutes, for instance. But hopefully Aki's on the bench. Hopefully, for instance, as say like we'll have a stronger bench. Nunes, I'm not so sure if Nunes is fit. Hopefully, I heard he was, for instance, yeah, played was back, but we don't know. Again, for instance, I don't know. It's like it's only Friday afternoon in Thailand, it's 7 hours in front, so we'll see. But hopefully we'll have a stronger bench. Let's see, I can see get some minutes if he can, for instance. But I just want City to go out, assert themselves, show who the hell we are. Let's get back to winning ways. We've got Forest coming up. We've got a mid Champions League game, etc., which we need to win now. For instance, and we've got Forest coming up, and then Liverpool, the big one. For instance, so we really need to basically, for instance, get back to winning ways, for instance, as quick as possible, and hopefully, for instance, just get to January, get these signings in, get them wrapped up. Hopefully before January, just get them signed up, whatever. And then I heard what was it called? The Italian guy, for instance, what was his name? Fido, whatever. He said I believe he's quite honoured and linked, and he would love to play for Man City. So yeah, so that's an opportunity there. Hopefully, Zubimendi, we can get Zubimendi. I'm delighted. But for instance, but we definitely need a few more in. And again, I'm still, there was did look at some talks about what's called the striker. Definitely need a backup to Haaland, and that guy from Celtic, etc. The Japanese guy, for instance. Yes, I know he's 29, but for instance, he's scored 6 goals already this season. He looks like a half decent guy, small legs for instance, Alvarez, for instance, and agile. So yeah, I think we should definitely have a chat with him, see what we can get in. But yeah, I'm hopefully, for instance, with the Pep signing, with the players coming back, etc. For instance, hope it'll generate the squad, and hopefully Rotary will get into them as well, and give them a good seat too. But overall, for instance, I'm really looking forward to the game. I fancy Man City to win. I'm going 3-1. For instance, because we always concede, whatever, especially first. But I fancy and a good City. It's one of those teams when you don't not New York, he's got to two. We scored, but with them scoring first. I'm going for a confident 3-1 win. And come on, we can. Anyway, guys, go into the take care. Enjoy. Francis, big up to you, Francis, and yeah, do wrap up warm. Think about me. I've got a bit of a sniffle. No, yeah. So, for instance, and have a good one. And again, we can go back with 3 points. I keep the pressure on Liverpool. Got to go. Sorry, Cap from Thailand.